I'm Joe Zedalis with Lanni and Bill Evans, and we're looking at all 14 weight classes in the NJSIAA Wrestling Championships at Boardwalk Hall this weekend. Right now, we're looking at 182 pounds. And guys, we have a returning state champion in Brandon Key from DePaul. We have a state runner-up, and we have some pretty talented kids in between. Pat, Brandon Key wrestled at 195 all year. Right before the postseason, he made a real quick dive to 182. There's all kinds of stuff floating around out there that he's got a bad back, that he's not 100%. Can he win this weight class again?
You know, you got to be tough to wrestle in Atlantic City, right? And Brandon Key, he's had this back injury since the Beast of the East, where he finished, I think, 5th. A little disappointing stretch down the injury, but he was injured, and he's been dealing with this back injury all season long, and he's been fighting through it. He's been fighting through it, and still has had a tremendous year. So, Brandon Key is a state champion, 2-time state medalist, very experienced, very tough on top, very tactical. Can he win it again? It's going to be a really tough test, you know, if he gets Szynski in the final there. But the top bracket, you know, there are a couple guys. Maybe Michael Illick from Parsippany could challenge Key, but we think it's a little bit easier of a path on the top than it is the bottom. And
I agree with you. Bill, talk about the bottom a little bit, where Shane Szynski just has to be relieved not to have Joe Grello of Bergen Catholic in his weight class anymore.
Yeah, he lost to Grello 4 times last year, including in the state final. Those were the only 4 losses he's had the last 2 years combined. You know, Grello obviously graduated and is now at Rutgers. You know, for the first half of the season, he looked like the guy to beat in this bracket, and then Key came down, I think about the 3rd week in January. So that sets up a potential great final between the two of them. But you know, George Walton's the 3rd seed here. He's another one of his Bound studs. He's you know, he was a state place winner last year. You know, LJ Castellano from Del Barton is on that half. Even some of the early guys that he might face, Daniel Sorich from Mawa. You know, 10th seed Sam Wusterfeller from Scotchblades Fanwood have all had pretty good years and look like guys that could be on the podium. So, like as we said, I think Szynski has a tough road, but it's probably going to be tougher for the guys to have to face him because he is the guy to beat in this half of the bracket.
Now, I interviewed Shane Szynski right after he won the Neptune Classic back in December, and he had shoulder surgery right after the States last year, so we're going to presume he's a little healthier than he was in that tournament. And like we said, you know, his nemesis is gone. So, Pat, give me your final on who's going to win it all.
I really like Szynski because he's tough and a little bit scrappy too. He can win in those close situations. But I think Key's proven that no matter what you throw at him, he can fight through it. So that's why I'm going to go Brandon Key over Szynski in what should be a really good final.
Bill?
I got the same 2 guys in the final. You do have to little worry about Key with the. I mean, he did forfeit the region final. Obviously, getting himself geared up for the state final, which was what's important for him. But you know, a guy like Szynski, I think maybe you have to be 100% to beat, and I don't know if Key will be. And I think maybe this is Szynski's year to, you know, finish it off.
Well, you know, Szynski is going to United States Naval Academy, so he's obviously got the smarts, and I think he's got the brawn. And this year, I think he's got the good health. I'm going to take Shane Szynski over Brandon Key in my final. That's a look at 182. Please stay with us. 195 is coming right up.